Hi everyone, I'm going to do a quick review here of the Samsung Galaxy S Vibrant. This is a GTI 9000M, this particular one. It's the one that's sold by Bell Canada. I like the way the phone looks good. Obviously it looks like they've completely copied the iPhone 3GS, but I think they've copied it in a good way. You know, they're not shy about the fact they're copying about it, but it's copied with no apologies, and it looks slick. I like how there's 3 buttons, but 2 of them are part of the screen, and so the whole face of the phone, except for that button, is one piece of glass. And there's a little feature here for the speaker, or for the earpiece. But other than that, these 2 buttons and the front camera are part of that screen, and the Samsung label. Looks good. I think it looks better with the Samsung label just on top and nothing else on the face of the phone. The US ones have T-Mobile on top and Samsung along the bottom. The main things to know about the Galaxy S, the 2 main things are, number 1, that screen. That is a 4-inch Super AMOLED display. 800 rows down, 800, the resolution goes down to 800 for height, which is pretty good, and the screen is absolutely fantastic. The second most important thing to know, or the other equally important thing to know about the Galaxy S, is they have the best processor you can get on a smartphone today. The Hummingbird 1 GHz processors. A lot of the other high-end phones have 1 GHz Snapdragon processors. The Hummingbirds are just newer, they're based on newer architecture, and they have a crazy GPU. And one of the many interesting specs about this phone is that the GPU, the graphics, it can draw 80 million triangles a second. So we're talking about beautiful 3D gaming potential. Okay, so we're looking at a stock phone. This is right how it comes out of the box. Just looking at the UI. So this is Samsung's Touchwiz interface. That's on top of Android 2.1. So let's look at the version. So we go into settings. Right to the bottom, about phone. And there we go. We can see the model number, GTI 9000M. Firmware version 2.1, update 1. So that's Android 2.1, Eclair. You can see this also, the build number at the bottom. It ends with JH2. There's a few different Samsung builds for these different Galaxy S phones. You'll see them talking about JM5, a JG9, and so on. So this one's a JH2, which is one of the latest firmware builds for this phone. The UI looks good. They've added like a blue color scheme everywhere, and as you can see, it's smooth, very, very smooth. Okay, so that's our home screen. Let's go into the app. There's 7 home screens it comes with. The screens are configurable. You can see here though, these are some of the apps that the carrier adds. Tunes, GPS navigator, which they charge $10 a month, even though Google Maps will give you good navigation for no cost. And then they have some other Bell stuff. Samsung has added this, which is like a task manager, showing how many applications are running. Just one application running there. It's showing there's an install, summary, help. It's pretty fast. You can tell it's responsive. Samsung has made the app drawer scroll horizontally like an iPhone rather than vertically. That's one of the things I would change. I like it better. I'm used to it being vertically in other Androids. They've also added these squares around all the icons, which kind of look cheesy. A lot of people have mentioned that. And they have a fairly simple dock. There's some editing you can do. So you can move some things out. And you can put anything back in, I suppose. Is that right? Internet. Phone. What else would we want? Where's Gmail? Gmail. That wasn't too hard to do. Back to home. There we go. We configured the dock. Let's go into some of the functions. The phone. As you can see, the screen is amazing. Like the colors just jump out at you. And it's pretty responsive. Turned Wi-Fi on. Let's go into Gmail, standard Android Gmail app. Nice and easy to use on the big screen. There's the market. Accept. Took a while to load the first time. If I go back home, back to the market. If I close it, the market closed, open it again, boom. It's pretty fast. This is a good build. Okay, let's take a look at browsing on the internet. So this is on my Wi-Fi. Oh, it's loading sites pretty fast. Wow, great scrolling. Whew. That's impressive. This screen is something else. Wow. Check that out. That is so smooth. Swipe works beautifully. Phenomenal browsing experience. Like this is so good, so responsive. That's great. Let's try the YouTube app. It's quite fast. Faster than the network.
This is all a bit strange. Because the 458 has a paddle-operated gearbox, someone obviously thought that life back here would be a bit complicated if there were traditional indicator and wiper stalks as well. So, they got rid of them. The buttons which control these things are now on the steering wheel, along with other buttons for the headlights, suspension settings, the dim side lights, the traction control, and the starter motor. And you don't have to drive very far to realise the problem this creates. The thing about a steering wheel is...
This is amazing. This is streaming from YouTube over Wi-Fi.
If I want to turn left now, I have to push this one on the right.
Let's look at the live wallpapers that are available with Android on this phone. So to change wallpaper, long press on the screen, select wallpapers, select live wallpaper. So here are a couple of my favorites. This is my favorite, Nexus one. So it's classic. There we go. Beautiful. We can also try Ocean Waves. This one looks really good on this phone. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Okay. Oh, I like this. It's a nice phone. It's fun to use even like this. It's going to be a lot more fun once we get into some customization. But yeah, right out of the box, this is a great phone, and slim. Feels good. It's very, very light. It's plastic here, but it's very smooth and actually kind of feels good to hold. I'm getting used to the phone. Feels pretty solid too. I would have to say this is definitely a nice phone, no question about it. And I'm excited to customize it and unleash its full potential. So join me for more videos as we start improving on this base. Talk to you soon.